Hey everybody, it's your friend Jason Pound here answering the top asked questions by home buyers in today's real estate market in Oklahoma. Question we're tackling today, what is the first thing I should do if I'm thinking about buying a house? Well, the short answer is call your realtor, and hopefully that's me. However, as usual, let me over-explain. I cannot tell you how many times people call me in a rush. Hey, we weren't even looking for a house. We just saw a property down the street and we're interested in it and we want to look at it. Many times that's how real estate transactions happen. But those are the most stressful transactions. Those are the people who are putting their house on the market to sell with lots of stress, lots of pressure, lots of deadlines. And those are the people that often end up not getting top dollar when they sell their house because they sold before they were ready, because they ended up buying before they were ready. So if you truly want to operate in the realm of logic and not in the realm of emotion, this is how you do it. The moment it crosses your mind that you're thinking about buying a house, you call your realtor and you schedule a 30-minute Zoom call. It doesn't matter if the last time you bought a house was 12 months ago or 30 years ago. The market is constantly changing, and the expectations between buyers and sellers are always moving closer and further apart. And it's very important that you understand the market that you are about to compete in to attempt to buy a house. Because if you do not have proper expectations, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. Disappointment comes when your expectations aren't met. So it's very important that you get on the same page with your realtor with regards to your expectations and your timelines. It happens every once in a while, but very rarely is that one house that twanged your buds the only one in existence like that. It might be, but it's probably not. Most people who buy new builds tend to buy new builds again. Most people who buy used houses tend to buy used houses again. You are not that unique. The house that you want is also wanted by other people, and there are going to be duplicates of that house in the market. If money is no object, then you can get whatever you want if you're willing to pay whatever it takes. But if you're like most people and you have a budget that you have to live by, more than likely, we're going to be able to find that house that you're wanting, and we can do it in a logical, systemic manner that doesn't cause as much stress for you as it can. After we've nailed things down with our realtor, it is then important to get your financing locked down. It is a waste of time to go look at a house until you know that you can actually buy that house. Let me say that again. It is a waste of your time to go look at a house unless you can actually buy that house. You're just feeding dopamine and serotonin, but not accomplishing anything. It's also important that you work with a lender that your realtor recommends. As realtors, we close on transactions in and out, day in and day out, day in and day out, year over year. And we know which lenders have the good reputations, which lenders have the bad reputations. And us realtors who've been in the business a long time, we tend to have about 4 or 5 lenders that we like to work with over and over again. And as we have gotten used to each other, our communication with each other has improved, our efficiencies with each other have improved, and our transactions go so much more smoother when we're dealing with a lender we know, like, and trust, and have done business with in the past, then we're working with a lender that we've never worked with before. Working with stranger lenders creates unnecessary stress. And I just came out of a transaction from hell because I was dealing with a lender that I did not know. And I never want to do that again. I'm a pro. I'll be forced to do it again, but I don't want to. Number 3, once we've nailed down your expectations of what the entire transaction looks like from a holistic perspective, and we have clarified what your actual buying power is, then it is time to go shopping. And then it is time to enter into the market. And then we can operate with logic and not with emotion. 3 key words I want to focus in on here. Emotion. Emotion comes from when you want something really badly. Pressure comes from when you call the listing realtor on the phone without calling your realtor, and you show up at that house, and guess what? It's like a chicken walking into a barn full of foxes. You're gonna ask, hey, has there been a lot of activity in the house? Oh my God, they're gonna tell you about all the points, all the clicks, all the views, all the showings, every single person that came through the house. They're gonna make it sound like everybody and their dog is interested in this house. And they're gonna put pressure on you that you only have a certain amount of time to act or you're about to miss out on this property. And guess what? If you enter into a transaction with that listing realtor who already has a relationship with the seller, do you think they're gonna be representing your interests or that seller's interests? Finally, number 3, stress. When you jump into a real estate transaction without having done the pre-work, you create lots of last-minute homework assignments that are going to interrupt your schedule and your day-to-day life and are going to disrupt your career, disrupt your family, and disrupt your faith. A lot of people like to go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. Once you get in the middle of a real estate transaction, it just uproots your entire life. But if you take the time and do it correctly from start to finish, we can identify where the major hurdles are going to be and plan appropriately so that you are in the driver's seat, being proactive rather than experiencing the whiplash of an emotional transaction. My name's Jason Pound with Jericho Pound Realty Group. We service the entire Oklahoma City metro area with hyper-local expertise in South Oklahoma City, Moore, and Norman. If we can ever be of assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to serve. In the meantime, peace out. Have a great life, and I'm gonna bust through these doors and get back to work.